Hello and welcome to Matt's Minute. This week in our State House Bible studies, we will be examining Nehemiah chapter 6, verses 10 through 19. In the previous study, we looked at Nehemiah and how he had opposition from the outside once again. He had continual opposition from both outside and inside. In these following verses 10 and following, we see once again outside forces attempting to influence inside forces to stop the work of Nehemiah. In fact, his opposition, his enemies, hire a prophet to tell Nehemiah that the people from the outside are going to kill him that night. And he actually advises him, go into the temple, and I'll meet you there, and we'll go in, and we'll close the doors, and that way you can be safe, because they're going to kill you tonight. Nehemiah, the scripture says that he perceived that this was not of God. A special note to those of us who are leaders, be in connection with the Holy Spirit, so that you can tell whether something is of God or not of God. And so he perceives it's not of God. And he says, I'm not going to go in. Should such a man as I, a leader, demonstrate such cowardice to the people that I am leading? In fact, if he had done this, it would have sent a terrible message to the Israelites, that he was someone who was a coward, and would go into the temple just to save his own life and forget everybody else. Terrible message. Also here you see that they're trying to put him in fear. What does fear do? The fear of man, the proverb says, brings a snare. Fear causes inaction and procrastination. And so it would have caused a halt to the work of God. Fear, God has not given us the spirit of fear. He says in 2 Timothy chapter 1, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Fear should not be something that controls us. In fact, the scripture says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. He is who we should fear. A famous president once said, the only thing we should fear is fear itself. I would counter that and say the only thing we should fear is God himself. The Lord is the one who can bring us safely to whatever destination he has for us. Nothing will happen to us today that God does not allow. It is either for his glory or for our benefit, and possibly for both. The safest place to be is in the center of God's will. I will not fear what man can do to me. This has been Matt's Minute.